Welcome to In My Opinion 4, Fallout 4. You start off with a pretty normal life. You know, family, house, all that jazz.
How'd a girl like me ever get so lucky, huh? We love you.
That's
too.
until the bombs drop, making you and your family go into the vault system.
Hold on!
After some traumatizing events and awakening from cryostasis, you go out to the new wasteland of Boston, searching for your son, Sean. The main story itself is okay. Find out why your son was taken away and who was behind it keeps you interested enough to keep playing. Though I personally found the side quest stuff more interesting at times.
My son, Sean. He's less than a year old.
There's also a cast of likable characters such as Piper, the news reporter trying to find her next story.
In print. I think it's time Diamond City had a little outside perspective on the Commonwealth.
And Nick Valentine, the synth detective
the runaway
that you
daughter I came here to find wasn't kidnapped. She's Skinny Malone's new flame. And she's got a mean streak.
Then you have the four factions that roam these lands, such as the synth-saving Underground Railroad,
To arrange this meeting. But before we go any further, answer my question.
the Mysterious Institute,
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do.
the tech-collecting Brotherhood of Steel,
Everything holding together?
Trust me, you'd know.
Good. Firing.
and a group of soldiers trying to help their fellow
I
wastelanders
don't know
known as the
who you are,
Minutemen.
but just
Each of these
I'm
groups have their
impeccable.
own set of ideas which you will
Trust
come to
and
learn and make your
Commonwealth
choice of who
Minutemen.
to side with, leading to the game's multiple
Minutemen?
endings.
So now I'm traveling backward in time?
Protect the people at a minute's notice.
Maybe.
That was the idea.
Fallout 4 is an open world RPG, and once you let out the vault, it's all on you. It's a big world out there with people to help. Raiders trying to kill you at every turn. And maybe some things you'd rather not run into. So you'll be slashing, shooting, blowing stuff up, and making some choices. The game can be played in both first and third person view, though I found myself more sticking to first as it allowed for a more accurate view of, well, everything. Third person just felt like everything was a few inches off. The gunplay felt nice and solid, though it becomes obvious while aiming is important, the stats, both yours and the weapons, contribute to your shooting just as much. Melee feels pretty good as well, and it's pretty enjoyable, especially pulling off the more gruesome animations. Be sure to save often, as there are moments you could just be walking by and BAM! You're dead. You can also end up biting off more than you can chew. There's really a lot to discover, such as other vaults with their own little stories.
Just do the best.
You just gotta go out and find it. Now before you do anything, you have to make your character first. You can customize your character's looks and gender. Whatever you choose, you either have a husband or a wife, and even a little baby. Now don't worry, if you don't dig your look, you get another chance before you leave the vault, and can change some things when you're out in the wasteland. The VAT system is back and pretty much works the same. Just press the magic button, and depending on the AP, you're allowed to pick multiple parts on the target, showing you what's a chance of hitting said part. This can lead to some cool looking kills. Two main differences between this VAT and the previous one is the enemies don't freeze in time. They are put in a slow-mo state, so there's some sense of threat while still performing VATs. Then there's a critical bar which you can activate while in VATs, adding an extra punch to your attack. One of the first things you run into is a good old pal dog meat. This dog is just one of the many companions you can take around with you. They're there to offer some backup when fights break out, help you open areas you can't access yourself, and even carry your load. You can gear them out as well, just be sure if you give them a gun, you give them ammo as well. You can also conversate with them, learning their thoughts in certain
Time
situations.
for some travel fuel. Want one?
Your thoughts?
From the looks of this place, I'm surprised there's any railroad left at all.
There's even some you can romance
I
over the
hope some
course
of
of your
these
adventure by doing
inconsequential
things they like,
feelings
such as
involve
lockpicking
me.
or not being a dick. But be warned, there are things they're not a fan of either. Each character is different.
Spin, spin, spin. You make it look so effortless, like breathing. But for me, it is so hard to focus, to do research.
The other positives is you get to learn more about said character and get individual quests. After you fully romance them, you even get to unlock special little perks. Don't worry about who to romance, since it seems you can become close with everyone with no real backlash.
Come on. Let's not keep the world waiting.
While you're tackling your main story quest, there's still a crap ton of side quests. Each range from simple clear the area of enemies to little stories such as cosplaying as a hero bringing the justice.
I am the cure.
You're priceless.
Helping a little boy in a certain situation.
Who are you?
My name is Billy. Please, I've been trapped in here for so long.
Or just giving some closure to someone. Some of these stories are just as interesting as the main plot. There are also quests that just keep repeating that are from the factions, so you can keep doing them for some quick and easy caps.
When are you coming home?
Oh, God.
You work too much. I want you to read to me again. Mommy says you're helping all the horsies find good homes. Take care of them, okay? I love you.
Don't worry about feeling lost or where to go, since the game keeps a nice list of all your quests and you can easily tag them, letting the map show you where it's at. Just remember, be aware of your screen, since there are quests that will fail after a time limit. Also, once you pick a faction side, some faction specific quests will automatically fail, though the game does give you a heads up. Your Pip-Boy is the most important too, as it's basically your organizer for missions, equipment, and so forth. It's also your world map, letting you easily teleport back and forth to already discovered locations, which is a huge help for this type of game. With all the killing, unlocking, and convincing, of course you'll level up. This is where you'll be introduced to the perk system. You have the top main 7 perks, and leveling those up will open other perks. Everything's pretty simple and straightforward, even letting you know how high a level you need to unlock other perks. I personally think charisma is one of the most important, since it allows you to get through certain situations while shooting a single bullet, and convince characters to do or open up to just about anything.
Thugs.
You're right! What am I doing? I've gotten all mixed up.
One of the new features introduced here is building. As you play through the game, you will earn settlements. You can build houses, beds, generators, and more, thus making for much happier settlements. You can eventually get a perk that allows you to share junk items between settlements, making it easier to maintain multiple settlements. If you don't have any people in a settlement, you can gain new recruits and send them to where you please. Don't worry, if you really don't want to bother with this, you can just ignore it. The most that's mandatory is like 3 to 4 mission specific moments of where you gotta build some stuff. That's really it. While at the settlements, you can also customize armor, power armor, make powerful weapons, and more. You just need to be sure you have the right perk level and materials which you collect from the trash around the wasteland. Thankfully, it's not all that complicated. This time around, Fallout has more of a varied color scheme instead of green and brown. You do get some nice looking areas. It may not be the most graphically impressive open world game, but it is indeed an improvement for the series when it comes to character models and general locations. There's also the addition of real-time weather effects. 1 second may be clear night, then BAM! Some rain. Or a radiation storm. It's a nice little touch that adds to the world. The voice cast delivers some nice work as well, though there were some non-important characters that sounded a bit wooden at times.
The best way to stick together is to keep an eye out for what drives us apart. You feel me?
Tell it like it is, Hancock.
A new addition is the lead has a voice now, and I know this may put off some since they are used to having the option to choose the exact dialogue choice, and I will admit the lead sometimes will come off a certain way that I didn't mean him to, going by the options given to me.
Look, dumbass, that's not how baseball was played.
That right, Mr. Smarty Pants?
Of course there are some presentation issues. You can get some really long load times to interrupt the flow of things. Not to mention some really bad frame rate drops. The drops didn't happen that often, but boy, when it hits, it shows. Some other gameplay hiccups I ran into are missions goofing up.
As far as new beginnings go, that sounds pretty good. Count me in. Oh right, like that made any sense.
People getting stuck and not being put out your own way. Fallout 4 is a fun, big open world with some enjoyable characters. The story, while not amazing, still keeps you interested enough till the end. There is a ton of replayability with side quests, settlements, and just exploring the wasteland. I spent over 66 hours during my playthrough, and that's not even scratching the surface of the world map. What's great is that after the game is over, you're still allowed to explore. Just remember, depending on your ending, some faction quests may be dead to you. The game does suffer multiple presentation problems, such as load times, frame rate, and some other problems that I mentioned that can lead to some frustration. I still say it's worth walking this wasteland again, so pick up a companion and head out to your next adventure. I hope you enjoy my thoughts on this game, and for a gamer's sake, keep gaming.